Hey, 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 what's up, you guys? Another day, another podcast. And it's me again, your host, Julia. And welcome to another episode of Sphere Rocket Podcast Network, your go to destination in exclusive conversations with top tier real estate professionals. Today, we are so excited and so honored to meet our awesome guest, real estate professional here. He is originally from upstate New York. Tim's 14-year Air Force career transitioned seamlessly into a successful real estate profession. As the founder and CEO of the Tim Whitmore Group at eXp Realty, he's known for his integrity, service, and resilience. Tim's not just about business. He's passionate about music, fitness, and exploring the world. But what truly sets him apart is his commitment to honesty and trust. So let's get to know him a little deeper. Today we're thrilled to have, and let's welcome him on stage, Tim Whitmore on the show. Hi, and welcome, Tim.
Hey, pleasure to be here.
Awesome, awesome. Such an honor to have you as our guest. And the people want to know who Tim is. Thank you so much once again for accepting the invite. It's such an honor. How did you feel when you got invited?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, I always try to give back some of our positive experiences with you guys. Just really leveraging business and being able to utilize that to kind of change the whole paradigm of how we think about doing real estate.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Tim. So, people want to know who Tim is. So, if you could just introduce yourself a little bit, where you're from, all of those background about yourself, and how did you get started in the real estate business?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, originally from upstate New York, as you did in the intro, and went to the military 14 years, flew
Ooh.
C-130s, was pretty fun with that. Was a mechanic for a while. And eventually, they retired the aircraft. I had to find something else to do. So took on a job in the Air National Guard in upstate New York, flew down to Antarctica and all those fun, really cold places. And
Mhm.
eventually got tired of that and decided to get into real estate. So got my license in New York, realized that that was a pretty tough market. And another buddy of mine I used to work with actually was like, come down here to Florida and let's give it a shot. So decided to do that, packed everything in my car, rest in storage, came on down to Florida and just started from nothing and really worked my way up there. And it's been quite the journey. From there, started buyer's agent, worked my way up as an ops manager, eventually at my own team lead, and now just kind of worked our way through that and really turned into now team lead, coach, and I guess influencer here with our podcast and social media, YouTube, what have you.
Ooh, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's quite a journey you've got there, Tim. And I'm quite curious, what inspired you to join the real estate field? Is there someone who introduced it to you, or?
That's an interesting question. The reason I decided to get into it I was in the military for 14 years, and the military never afforded me an opportunity to lead at the level that I felt like I deserved to give out to the world. And I got into it not necessarily because I loved houses, but I wanted to lead at a level. To kind of quote Simon Sinek's "Find Your Why," the whole reason I decided to get into this was to kind of create that sort of community and to lead and influence others so that they have the emotional and mental resources to thrive as an entrepreneur and as a real estate agent. So this is the reason that I got in here, and turned out it's been a great career so far. Still keep going.
Keeping going. That's so great, Tim. And I totally, totally get that, with that sense of leadership you found towards yourself, trying to develop that and all of that stuff into the real estate business. And talking about strengths, I can really tell that's also one of your strengths. But every real estate business has its strengths, right? So would you mind sharing your real estate strength? Like, what's your business superpower? And like this one thing our audience could really reach out and get your expertise in.
So one of the things that we can kind of figure, or that I've been really good at through this, has been kind of the strategic level thinking what's next, and helping others kind of realize and thinking bigger, adding value. But the real thing that makes my business different than everything else has been the leverage that we're able to supply to a lot of our team members and coaching students and what have you. And over the years since 2019, 2020, I heard of this guy named Justin Nelson, who had figured out the VA thing because it was so darn expensive back then. And I started first needing one because I decided to get into real estate, start doing attraction marketing through YouTube. There were some guys out in Portland, Oregon that really had this channel and this idea that they were going to push in order to use video in order to bring on and get development and get leads right into there from just going out and showing and showcasing neighborhoods. So my team was one of the first ones in our area here in the Destin, Florida area that was able to do that. And it just took off almost to a point to where I couldn't really do anymore. So I hired my first video editor versus using a company like Fiverr or whatever, and hired them using the Sphere Rocket process. And that individual stayed with me for many years, and until he had something else where he was going on to something better. However, it really leveraged that out to take away that time. And I started to see like maybe there is something here, the capacity and capability of the virtual assistants, plus the leverage that we're able to use for them to trade not a minimum wage hour to supplement some business that we have here in the United States, which allows us to hire, five virtual assistants for the cost of one talented one here in the States. And it's that's kind of how this whole thing kind of took off. And now I have a staff of 7 virtual assistants and super leveraged here on our team.
Awesome. That's great. I can really tell, having virtual assistants, it's kind of growing on your end there. And I'm very curious, how do you think with that experience, how did they really help you leverage your business? Was there a very big impact in upskilling your business?
So I think it stems back to the original thing that I was talking about earlier was being a good leader. That was a passion of mine. And when I got onto getting virtual assistants, I needed to create a culture and a team. And it wasn't just somebody that I just gave them something and were like, hey, just do this and not expect this person to grow. Culture is a huge part, and understanding the culture in the Philippines as well, and how everybody kind of interacts and really empowering them to grow. And that was the big epiphany right there, was trying to do so and leading them and allowing them opportunities to fail forward, right? Yeah. And to grow. And because of that, we have this culture now, and I've actually been able to leverage out my business, what they call in the team world as a admin model team, where I have tons of virtual assistants and only a handful of agents now, all working on salary. And it's been a big game changer. The amount of leverage for people and the time and money that we put into it, it's just phenomenal.
Great. That's really great, and it's slowly growing, and you're learning from each other, with each other, of course. And with that being said, I know you've got a lot of things on your plate and you love being the team leader, but has there been times, that you had difficulty handling and all of that stuff? What do you think has been the hardest thing that ever happened to your business, and how did you overcome it?
With the virtual assistants, is that the question?
Yep.
Okay. The one thing with any employees anywhere is figuring out how to keep tabs on them and what the expectation truly is. Now, at the beginning, I hired somebody on and wasn't really tracking what they were doing or what their capacity was. And I had this one I hired as an inside sales associate and realized that she was downloading software to defeat systems to say that she was busy on the computer. She would have every other excuse in the book why she wasn't able to do certain things. And I was kind of ignorant to the process. It was at the very beginning that I decided to try using virtual assistants as inside sales associates. And I kept her on for 6 months, but realistically, what I should have done when I saw the software being uploaded and it, the system told on her, I should have let her go at that time. The way that I've mitigated that is once I hired more people on staff and grew the business, first leveraging first, I really didn't go in order that we're supposed to go, but I went with the video editor first. Secondly, I needed a transaction coordinator. And then I went and hired a social media manager and then continued to start growing out the ISAs and things like that. But how I really mitigated was the person that was the most talented, or the one that showed the most promise for leadership out of the virtual assistants. I asked her, I was like, hey, do you want to be a lead VA? And she was like, yeah, I'd love to grow into that role, basically an operations manager. And the best part about that is that now I had a virtual assistant which knows if it's going to be what we'll call a BS excuse that they can't do anything, know what their capacity is. So I was able to really leverage that and use her to go, hey, let me know if this is real or if this is if they're just trying to pull one over on me. As soon as I put somebody in a leadership position, everything went right back and synced in. And the people that didn't need to be there were replaced. Now we got some great people.
Awesome. I could really tell that experience was like a blessing in disguise, because if that didn't really happen, you wouldn't realize to put a certain strategy up right there for the virtual assistants, and it really made everything better. So yeah, that's totally awesome to create that kind of strategy and slowly affecting it into something positive. So yeah, we're proceeding to the next question, and I know there are a lot of aspiring people who want to be like you, really, really want to be motivated about that. But on your end, what do you think is the number one piece of advice you can give to the listeners right now who are wanting to get to where you are at?
The number one piece of advice is, figure out your business first. Figure out that first and start earning money. I say that a lot on my YouTube channels as well, teaching agents. Figure that out first, because as a newer agent, figure out how you're going to consistently get traffic into your business so that you can have cash flow. Once you figure out cash, now you can trade cash for time, right? And trading cash for time now includes leveraging your time for the things that you don't necessarily want to do. For those that are figuring out and have a passion in business and a passion in real estate, it's Pareto's principle. It's the 80-20 principle. So, 20% of what you do every single day is an accomplished 80% of what you actually need to do. So that you got to figure out what that 20% is and then start to get rid of that other 80%. That's how we grow. That's how we grow. Dan Sullivan has just had a book that came out. It was 2X is harder than 10X. And he says that right in there, saying that that's something that you need to do. So once you have that capacity, you can get it a lot faster than we used to be able to. Here in the United States, it could be $15 an hour for a base level, entry level position to pay. But in the Philippines, could be $3.50, $4 an hour in order for them, and providing a pretty good life for a virtual assistant out there in the Philippines. So now you're able to leverage faster. And that was one of the keys to my success. And for those that want to do that, that's what I would say. What is the easiest thing to hand off? Is it your social media? Just a general assistant to organize your email? All these different things that take up so much extra time and are such distractions that you can now get right into the top 20% where it's going to make you the most money and help you grow the most.
Awesome. Totally inspiring there. Thank you so much for that advice, Tim. I totally agree to that. Use that, as the asset, as the strength for you on which you're really comfortable on what you're doing. And that's when you develop towards success. So awesome. Awesome advice there, Tim. So, yeah, I know that with the work that you do, it's very rewarding, most especially the cha-chings. So, yeah, my question is, why do you do what you do beyond money?
Like I said, the why that I had before was really just developing people into a career that they didn't think that they could have the capacity to get. A real passion of mine is developing those careers and developing leaders in the industry. Most of those that have worked for me, I'm trying to push them on to bigger and better things outside of my system because they have the capacity to grow. To watch people grow and take on bigger things and just make a better life and just improve the industry and the area overall, that's the biggest reward for me. After a while, it's not so much, as you said, the cha-chings that really matter, although that's a big portion of it. That's at some point, it's like, okay, what is the real biggest thing? And for me, selfishly, I'm going to say is time. It's having time and having the portability of money to be able to do the things that I need to do for myself and my family.
Love it, Tim. Thank you so much for that. Awesome, awesome answer there. And yeah, totally agree to that. You really serve a purpose beyond the money, and you become a bridge towards opportunities to many, many more other people there, helping a lot there, actually. So you serve a purpose and become a very awesome guy to work with, of course. So, yeah, we're actually down to our last question, and then we're going to proceed to the commercial break. But yeah, we're actually going to ask how can people reach out to you, Tim? Like, what is the best way to contact you? Like, any promotions you want to give out, shout outs, socials, perhaps?
The best way to connect is via social. You can follow us. We have a pretty good social following. Facebook, you're going to find my last name, Whittemore. TG is the tagline of my personal page. You can reach out via private message to do so, to reach out to me there. You can also check out to see where that YouTube channel has gone by simply going to YouTube and looking up Living in Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And you'll see my smiling face on there as well. So any of those platforms, feel free to reach out, or simply just Google the Whittemore Group at LPT Realty, and you'll be able to get a hold of me.
Awesome, awesome. There you have it, guys. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe right there. Awesome Tim Whitmore over here. So yeah, we're actually going to have a very short commercial break. So stay tuned because we will be right back.
Overwhelmed with work? Well, meet your new partner from Sphere Rocket VA. In just a click, get matched with a virtual assistant who handles all the tedious tasks. No in-person hiring, no extra office gear, just easy online help from our recruitment team. It's like having an extra pair of hands minus the hassle. So ready to relax and see your work done just like magic? Choose Sphere Rocket VA and visit us at www.sphererocketva.com.
All right, welcome back, you guys, to the Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. We have once again our awesome guest, Tim Whitmore, in the house. Hey, Tim, welcome back.
Hey, it's good to be here.
All right. Awesome, awesome. All right, so we're actually down to the last segment, and this is what we call the lightning round. So I'm just going to pitch and throw in some questions, and then you tell me the first thing that pops into your mind. All right? Are you ready?
Shoot.
Okay.
What we get?
That's right. First question. Favorite business book?
Favorite business book? My favorite business book probably are The Four Disciplines. That I think that was a big game changer. For new agents, I like The One Thing by Gary Keller.
Awesome, awesome tip. Favorite influencer or coach?
Favorite influencer? The person I've been listening to the most lately, Dan Sullivan, is a great marketer. And a lot of his books that have really come out from strategic coaching has been really influential at this stage of the business I'm currently in.
Nice. Favorite lead generation method?
Attraction marketing, hands down. Going out there and doing podcasts, yeah, doing YouTube videos, being an influencer, making yourself look like a celebrity. There's no weirder feeling than somebody going, "Oh my God, I heard you or saw you," thinking that I'm a celebrity from the TV. But some of the best clients to work with, they already know, like, and trust you.
Awesome. What is your biggest goal for 2024?
2024 is developing and working and establishing our admin model. It's been a new thing that we had just incorporated just about a month ago. So making sure that that's successful, ensuring that we're getting at least a 15+% profit from the year prior, and establishing business and changing people's lives through real estate.
Great. Fingers crossed for that. And lastly, what is your best Amazon purchase of 2024?
I haven't had that long to really make a really great one. Best Amazon purchase? Well, I purchased some new guitar strings, so we'll see.
Oh, I'd love to hear some samples with guitar playing a little bit. All right, there you have it. That ends our lightning round. Thank you so much, Sir Tim Whitmore, for being with us. Such an honor, such a privilege to have you once again. And that ends our podcast. Once again, you guys, I'm Julia, wishing everybody to enjoy the rest of the day as I sign off. And once again, see you again on next episode on Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. Thank you so much, Sir Tim.
Thanks, Julia.
Feeling the difference with Sphere Rocket VA? Tasks are flying off your list, and there's more me time in your day. And guess what? It's all super affordable. Yes, you heard right. Our virtual assistants aren't just amazing at what they do, they're easy on your wallet too. No more stress over emails or schedules. With Sphere Rocket VA, you get your time back and keep your budget happy. Ready for simpler, affordable workdays? Head on over to www.sphererocketva.com. Join us at Sphere Rocket VA, where every day is easy and easy on your budget.